Okay, good morning and welcome to Mama J's Country Gardening. I'm in the garden. This is post 8 days of rain. As the rest of the people out there experiencing the same. But we got some more rain that's on the horizon in the next few days. But we got a break to come out and uh, I harvested. I did a lot of harvesting. I was very proud of it. And some harvesting I did in advance of the storm. You know, Mama J believes in backups. My younger daughter, Ariel, calls it the waiting list. So this is the waiting list here. I've shared, I did have two giant tables full of plants that I potted up and started from seeds and kept uh, uh, potting up. So this is what I have. And I'm so grateful that I have startups because let's just tell you, some I purchased from my local gardening center and kept them here. Some I started from seed were already in the pots. Oh, I see a bee. You see him? Let me see if I can see him. I think you see it. I'm going as close as I can. He's busy. Hi, Mr. B or Miss B. But anyway, as I was saying, I have a lot of plants that I shared already and gave away long in advance of the storm. They went to their new homes. But then I have ones that I call my waiting list. You know, I'll continue to pot and plant and plant and plant. But this is a crimson sweet right here. It's a crimson sweet that I purchased. I purchased that plant from my local gardening center, Primex. But I'm telling you all this because I'm so grateful for what I did. That's lettuce right there. Because I just would have been in a whole big giant pickle. This is honeydew right here. I would have had a problem because I want to tell you something. And here is another watermelon plant. I hope you're seeing this okay. And it honestly wants to go in. This is a moon stars. Yeah, I haven't grown that before. I hope I can grow it now. So over here, I had this tub right here, that container that my neighbor gave me because she was selling her home. She moved, and I said, "Oh God, thank you for the container." Well, who I had my watermelon plants in here, and they were vining nicely before the rain. Well, this tub didn't have enough holes in the bottom, is what I would think. Or I just maybe don't get along with me. I don't know. Um, and I had that uh, shelf unit right there that I was going to use for my trellis, and I still will. But my plants drowned in this container. Broke my heart. Let me see, I got peppers growing over there. You see them? Yeah, got a really huge one right here. Look at this one. You can't see that really big one down in there. Let me see if I can show you. Sorry. Here it is. It's huge. My hand's actually covering some of it. Yeah, I've been harvesting those big peppers. They are called chili peppers. There'll be a lot of hot sauce and pickles and salsa and, well, prepared from Mama J's Country Gardening. So I'm just giving you a little brief update on what's going on here. You can see my neighbors, they put in a new fencing unit. Ooh, it's really nice. Really is pretty. Pretty. So, Um, I gotta tell you, um, I'm excited for where we are right now in this world. In my garden, in Mama J's Country Gardening. I got some more to show you. There's tomatoes right there. Look at those. Look at those. I've been harvesting. And then I have, like I told you, my backups. So thank God for my backups because I am going to plant my backups. I got to do something about that container. I really don't want to have to go out and buy another container. Buy one. I gave away so many. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I gave away too much. I don't have one for my watermelons. Yikes. So, welcome back to Mama J's Country Gardening. I was given a challenge. And I know Miss Renee from Renee's Gardening thinks that I forgot about it. I didn't forget about it. These are my tomatoes. This is all tomato land here. Here's my one-eye owl. If you can see, you know, at one time I was probably looking like the one-eye owl. Now I have two bionic eyes. Thank you, Lord. So, got tomatoes over here. Got tomatoes over here. Loads of them. Yeah. And I've been harvesting some. I'll show you that a little later. So Miss Renee, love her dearly. She likes having fun with Mama J, and so is many others. But she likes having fun with Mama J. And I stood there and I watched the video and I said, "Oh, you messing with me, Miss Renee?" And then I was like, "Yikes! I don't know what I'm gonna do." Because at that time in April, and this video was released, I saw it on April the 30th. It's called the Spice Challenge, Spice Train Challenge. So I'm like, I don't even have anything growing yet. That was April, late April. I had kale. Yeah, I had kale. You know, I had plenty of that. I had beets planted. That's what's down here. We've been eating kale. And I had collards and plenty of it. And we've been eating collards. And I love collards. Okay? I love vegetables, period. So, anyway, I had radishes. I'm like, okay. And here's some radishes down here. I think you might be able to see them right there. Right there. Okay. I had those growing, you know, and this is corn right here trying to do well. I had corn seeds down in here, and I kept having to plant them and plant them. Something I think was eating my seeds underground. Well, they didn't. They must have went away because now I'm able to have these plants to come up. All right, so over here is celery. And it's been ready to come out. And I have pulled some out and shared them. But I'm going to harvest some celery right now. Because I need it. I don't know how much I'm going to need. But I had a thought, I know just what I'm going to do. Meet you back in the house. Okay, I'm back inside now. I'm in Mama J's Country Kitchen, and it is, I think the time is about 8:30. Try to get out early. I start my day every morning as early as 6 a.m., sometimes 5. But prepare breakfast here, say my prayers first, and prepare myself for the day. Okay, shower, dress. You know, I come from old school whereby as soon as your feet hit the floor, you make your bed, you say your prayers first, make your bed, then hit the shower, the bathroom, wherever you want to call it, and get dressed, and then go on down to make breakfast. So that's every day for me, okay? Interesting, when I went into the military in the Army, and I was only in it for 2 years, okay? I actually realized that I was already living a structured and uh, a structured life, if I want to put it like that, disciplined. And I always feared my family and God, and it was God first. Man, maybe you're on the same order, God and my family. So none. You didn't have to tell me anything twice. So um, I'm grateful for the lessons of life that I learned early because it helped me as I got older, and I passed the same on to mine. But anywho, I start every day very early. No matter when I lay down, my day starts between 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7. I'm late, okay? And I'm retired now, and I still keep that same schedule. And I've never been one to be late for work or late, period. So I uh, now decided, it was about 8 o'clock this morning. Well, it's 9 now, sorry. So around 8 o'clock this morning, I decided I think I have enough harvests, foods that I've harvested, that I can respond to Ms. Renee's Garden. Renee's Garden is the official name. Renee's Garden. Spice Train Challenge. And she posted, I think I saw it on April the 30th. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look when she actually posted, but you can go on her channel. She posts videos every day, sometimes 2 and 3 a day. I have a word of respect for her, and she has a lot of fun at what she does, and I have a lot of fun at what she does. But I want to say to you, she gave me a shout out. She gave me a challenge. She's like, and Mama J. And so she added me to that challenge. I'm like, huh? My eyes bust out my head. April the 30th, in April, I didn't even have anything to harvest. Then I thought about it. Wait a minute. I got celery growing. I have stuff. Yes, I do. I don't have peppers yet. I didn't then, but I have peppers now. But I decided, let me do something with my celery, because actually I was harvesting it anyway, so that I, want to put something else down there because the celery was ready. And I've been harvesting it and sharing it and giving it out to others. And so here it is. Here's my celery. I harvested everything that was out there that I had left over. And I thought, I'm going to respond using my celery to Renee's Garden Spice Train Challenge. Okay? If you're not familiar with it, go on over and check her out. I'm going to see if Camera Lady can place a link to my description box for that particular video. Okay? So I have some jars out. Whether I'll be able to use all of them or need more, I don't know. But I do have every intention of sharing my um I think well, I'll tell you what I'm making. I'm making celery salt. Now, in our home, we're not salt people for many different reasons, but I do wash my vegetables in salt and baking soda and vinegar and things like that. But um and I do make my brine, of course. We need kosher salt for that. So, salt is not out of us completely because it's in the actual food. Sugars are in there, salts are in it. Nothing you can do away with. But we don't add table salt to anything, and I don't season with table salt. So I want to show you my harvest real quick before I get into what I'm doing. I have cucumbers. These are Asian cucumbers. I love Asian vegetables. I love vegetables, period. I'm going to tell you one day, I'm going to do a video on what I am going to show you that I love so much. I don't believe in anything having my vegetables before I do, so I run quickly as soon as they start getting full size and before they get to the split zone and before they ripe. And I know everybody wants to ripen their vegetables on the vine. I had tried that, and they, you know, I just tried to have my fruits and vegetables before I got my hands on them. No, not okay. So I allow my vegetables. Oh, this is an Asian squash. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Looks almost like an acorn, right? It's an Asian squash. So I have cucumbers. I have tomatoes and more tomatoes and more cucumbers. So I'm very happy with that harvest, and there will be more. All right, and more and more and more, I pray. So what are you doing, Mama J? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I am going to try my hand at making celery salt. Okay, I'm going to try my hand at making celery salt. Because I am responding to Renee's Garden. Hi, Renee out there. Hi, Renee. Renee's Garden Spice Train Challenge. Okay, so stick around because I am going to tag 3 channels. Yeah. At the end of this video. So stay tuned. Okay. Now I'm going to wash my hands and wash my stalks right here and my leaves, and then I'm going to come back. Right. See you shortly. Okay. So let's talk about celery salt. That's what I'm doing here. And I got to tell you, I've never done this before. So you're never too old to learn. I have kosher salt. Okay. And I have ball jars. I don't know what size I'm actually going. How many sizes actually? How many jars I'm going to be able to fill? But I have 4 of them here. Okay. And you already know I got celery fresh from my garden. I think that's all I need. I don't know. I'm up here Googling around. So I have my oven preset. I don't own a dehydrator. Mama J doesn't own a dehydrator. And, my younger daughter, Piece of Refuge, who's addicted to Timu these days. And, she always asks me, yeah, Mom, would you like to have, she always say things like that. And I just don't see a big need myself right now for a dehydrator. I do know, I remember growing up that my mom, because spices weren't all that available back there in the 50s, I'm born in 57. But I remember in the 60s, my mom would, may she rest in peace, she made spices and she loved spicing her food up. She played with her food. And so she placed, you know, vegetables into the oven. I didn't know what was going on, but I do know now that was a means for dehydrating. So I dug back in my memory bank and did a little research, and also I've seen it done kind of sort of on YouTube. And so here I go answering a challenge from Renee's Garden, my friend Renee. Um, and I'm going to link this to hashtag Spice Train Challenge. Okay. That's what it's called. So that's where she wants it. And my oven is where I'm going to dehydrate. So I have my oven right now. You can put it on very, very low, 150 to 200 degrees. So I have mine on 200 degrees. It's already preset and my oven is ready. Only thing I have to do is get myself ready. It's the first time, but there's a first time for everything, right? So leave a comment below if you've dehydrated using your oven. And if you own a dehydrator, tell me what you think of it if you've done it both ways, oven and a dehydrator. So I am going to tell you a little bit about celery salt. Let me see what Google has to say about it. Oh, I gotta always remember to put on my reading glasses since I have my bionic eyes. Hold tight for me. Okay. So I have that little rope that goes around your neck. I always thought that was pretty cool when I saw people wearing that. Some people don't like it. I noticed that on Homestead Heart did a video the other day, and I cracked up at her. She said something about, I keep losing my reading glasses, and she said her glasses, and she said she used to feel like when she was younger, she would never ever wear that rope around her neck that to hold her glasses in place so that she can place them on her eyes whenever she needed them. So now, everything wears out over time, right? We wear out different particles on us and we gotta, you know, get them fixed, different parts on it. So anyway, I was like, hey, I think that rope around the neck is pretty cool. Oh, anyway, wasn't my video, but I'm telling you, I think the rope around your neck when you wear glasses, when you wear contact lenses, excuse me, Lord have mercy, when you wear reading glasses, it's pretty cool. I don't wear contact lenses, so here's mine. And so Camera Lady brought me some, and Piece of Refuge, my younger daughter Ariel brought me some. See, so this is what I got. I'm putting these on. And it's really cool. I forget that I have to put on the glasses to read, and I don't need glasses at all other times. So I'm putting them on because I'm getting ready to share something with you. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Okay. This is what I want to tell you. How do you dehydrate celery to make celery salt? Now that's in here. Okay, if you have a dehydrator, which I don't, and I don't think I'm interested in one. I really don't. I don't think so. But maybe I'll change my mind. I don't see it right now. A dehydrator. Place 2 cups of celery leaves with no stems on your dehydrator tray for 2 or 3 hours until crispy to the touch. This is and somebody said here, this is our favorite food dehydrator. Now, it says here, if you use the oven, for which I am, if you don't have a dehydrator, you can dry herbs using an oven. Set the oven to the lowest temperature, usually between 180 and 200 degrees. Okay, I did that. And I'll figure out right somewhere else in here how long it stays in the oven. For me, okay? So, now it says here, celery salt is a mixture of common table salt with ground celery seeds. Oh, well, I got kosher salt right here. So, I'm going to put this kosher salt back. And I'm going to bring out my iodine salt. Okay? So I swapped. That's what I got. Iodine salt. Okay. Celery salt is a mixture of common table salt with ground celery seed, or sometimes dried and ground celery stalk and leaves too. Well, I have both. I sure do. Get the whole thing. It's blended with salt in an approximate 2-to-1 ratio to make celery salt. Okay. All right. Well. Uh-huh. All right. Well, that's what I'm going to do. It says here, is celery salt healthier than sea salt? The bottom line is that whether it's sea salt or table salt, it makes no difference. Adding salt to your food is best avoided altogether. Onion, celery, and garlic salt are also high in sodium and are no better. See there? Let's see what somebody else says. Check this out. Does celery salt raise your blood pressure? Now, I don't want anything raising my blood pressure. I don't have a blood pressure concern. I don't want one. And I don't want that in our home. So let's see what this is all about. Celery for lower blood pressure. Okay. Well, there you go. As an extract, it's called NBP, and it relaxes the tissues of the artery walls to increase blood flow and reduce blood pressure. Eating the whole food, though, is better. Celery stalk salt content is low, and you also get fiber, magnesium, and potassium to help regulate your blood pressure as well. Oh, okay. Hmm. Well, well, well. Look at here, look at here. Okay. Well, that's where I am. So I think what I'm going to do, thank you for hanging out at Mama J Country Gardening. I am going to start by washing my stalks, my celery. Okay? And then I'm going to let it dry out as much as possible, as much as I can. I'm going to chop some stalks in mine, as well as some leaves. And I do want that magnesium, and I do want that potassium. I want that. Okay? I want that. And then I'm going to place it all on this tray. I've lined it with foil. I always line my pans with foil. So, I'm going to place it in the oven. And I'll show you when I finish chopping this all up. Then I'll place it in the oven. Okay? All right. Hold tight. Okay. Okay. So, I got a big giant bowl. Hope you can see this bowl filled with the stalks that I cut and the leaves from the actual. Hope you're seeing that okay. From the actual celery. So I'm going to go wash this again and get ready to lay it out on my pan so that I can place it in the oven. Okay, so I have my fresh celery all laid out here. This is not all of it, so I'm going to take another tray because I want this to all dry out in the oven at the same time so I can Get this done. So I don't know yet how long it's going to take for this process to grow out, um, dry out in the oven. But anyway, I'll tell you when it's done. Okay. So I'm going to make another tray of this and place it in the oven so that I can have all of my garden fresh celery drying out at the same time in the oven. And it's supposed to stay in there until it gets real crispy, that I can be able to crumble it, or I can place it in my blender and, have it crumbled. But this is what it looks like right now. Okay, 4 hours later. 4 hours later, I have cooled down and dried celery leaves and stalks. I felt like some of them, yeah, see, there it is. That's what I'm looking for, right? That's what I'm looking for, the ability to crumble it. Okay, so these are my trays. This is what it reduced to. This is beautiful. So I had it in the oven on 200 degrees, very low setting, for 4 hours. And ever so often, taking my tongs and turning them over. Okay? Taking my tongs and turn them over. So now what I'm going to do is Piece of Refuge wants me to use, Ariel wants me to use my mortar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, she's going to do that. I'm going to crumble with my hand, but I'm also going to place it in my blender so I can really get it down to extremely fine. Okay. So I've decided that I'm actually going to mix some kosher salt with some regular salt. Okay. And so that way it goes is 2 parts of it's 2-to-1 ratio is what I told you. So 2-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to have twice as much of the celery itself. Okay. And then one to the so if I have 2 tablespoons of, let's say for example, this comes to, if I take and crumble 2 tablespoons of this, I'm just using it as an example so you understand. Crumble 2 tablespoons, right? Then I'm only going to put in here then 1 tablespoon of the salt mixture that I'm making. You get that? So if I have 2 cups of the celery itself, the dried celery, the hydrated celery, okay, when I finish crumbling it all up, then I'm going to put 1 cup of kosher / iodized salt. That's what I'm talking about. All right? All right, stay tuned. So, add my kosher salt here. And I have iodized salt, regular salt here. Hope you can see that. Because I'm not seeing. Okay. I was maneuvering around with my camera. Hope this turns out right. Okay, I have my pressure mortar. Here, y'all wants me to use. See that? Yep. Okay, good. Okay. All right. I have a bowl here. So when I finish crushing them here, I'm going to pour it into, I think I'll put them in the measuring cup because I want to see how much I really have. All right. Move these out of the way so you can see. So I know you can see too. All right. So let's see how crumbly I got this. There's some stems in here. I don't know how I feel about stems, but I probably need all I can get. But I'm going to put that over there for a minute. I'm going to crush this up. It's a little rubbery right here. Already turning into little tiny shreds. Let's see if I can get some good pieces. Okay, that's what I have. I hope you can see it. Just pulling it off the stem. I think it could have dried more. It's crumbling. You hear that? Look at nice crumbling on it. All right, let's see this one. I mean, that was a lot of stalks that I harvested. And when it dries up, well, not much. I guess I won't be making 4 jars of nothing. It all comes down to it. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to continue crushing these up. Crushing the leaves. All right. And I'm going to let you know what I got. It's all said and done. I'll put that there for a moment. There's only 2 main ingredients in this mixture in creating celery salt. And that is salt and celery. All right, let me see what I can do here. Some on the table. I need every little bit I can get. So I'm going to pour this in here. Okay. Crush it around a little bit. Yeah. Ariel, you can just come on in here and start crushing because I really think I'm going to place this in the blender. I'm going to put it in the blender anyway. Because they make it real fine. That's crushing. You can see that. All right. This is going in the blender. Okay, bear with me.
Because we're not using this anymore because it would take 5 million eternities.
Yeah, we don't need
So
to
we
do that.
changed our mind.
Yeah. Well, this is why, we're doing things our way, We at least know what's in our spice called celery salt. There are no preservatives. There's nothing foreign in it, no offense. It's just 2 ingredients. I'm putting it in the blender. Oh, trying to move it closer to me. Okay. So, let me put this in here. And I'm going to pulse it. I need every piece I get. I can't afford to lose it. Okay. That's 1 tray. I'm going to put the top on. Okay, see what we got. Pulse. You know, I really need to put my glasses on. Here, okay. I got it on grind. Like you make coffee. Let's see. Got a chopstick here. Just gonna stir this around a little bit. This smells really good. The entire kitchen is smelling like fresh herbs. The entire kitchen. Okay. What's that sound? Now that glass is looking foggy only because I added the salt inside, so it's inside the blender. So it's grinding the salt and the parsley. I mean, and the celery too at the same time. This is what it looks like. That I did already. And this is what my second tray grinded down to. That's how I want that first one. I gotta grind that again. Okay, the other one. So I decided to have, I'm taking a break for a minute. I decided to have some mountain trout fish for dinner tonight. And guess what I'm seasoning it with? Yep. I'm seasoning it with celery salt. That's what I'm doing, along with, my regular spices that I'm going to put on here. I'll tell you that another day. But this is one of the spices that's going to go on here today. Freshly grounded. I hope you can see me. Freshly grounded celery salt. That's how you do that. Okay. I'm back. Well, I actually never left. So, I finished making my celery salt as I respond and answer to a challenge presented to me by Ms. Renee. Okay, from Renee's garden, I accepted the challenge for the Spice Train Challenge. Spice Train Challenge. Hashtag Spice Train Challenge. And this announcement I saw in my friend's video on April the 30th, 2023. And I started this whole talk, this video. I stated I didn't know what I was going to do because I had nothing that was producing as yet. And then I remembered, yeah, I had already planted celery, and that I planted in March, I believe it was, but it hadn't come to maturity yet. But I knew I needed to respond, and you know, I accept the challenge. I just couldn't figure out what I was going to do. Peppers take too long. I am beginning to harvest peppers, but I didn't want to do it on peppers unless they were my hot peppers. So maybe I'm not done with this uh, Spice Train challenge yet. I don't know. But one thing's for sure is I learned something. Thank you very much, there, my friend Renee. Um, I learned that I can make my own celery salt. Yeah, and I guess I now understand why that particular spice can cost a little more. Only because it's not the celery costs all that much money, but you're going to have to dehydrate it or place it in the oven and dry it out. There's some steps involved, but nothing hard about it. Um, and you have to mix it with salt and crumble it up and put it in a blender or a grinder or a coffee grinder. I use my coffee grinder um, selection on my blender. And so this is what I have. So out of the 4 jars I thought I was going to make, I actually made 3. And so I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. Pretty fine, nice. Here's jar number 2. And here's my larger jar right here. Okay? So I got 3. I have to, and it's really interesting that I have 3 because I have to tag 3 others. And I'm frying fish with my celery salt and all the other spices that I like tasting in my fish. I thought I'd add some celery salt to it. Let's see what I did. I'll find out when I sit down to eat. But anyway, I think if no one hasn't already done it, I'm going to pass my largest jar of celery salt to, and I hope she's a pretty frequent viewer of my channel. But I hope she catch this. I sure hope she catch this. But I'm passing this one to, I'm going to toss up right now. I think I'm going to give this one to Angela's Busy Bees. Angela, please accept this challenge to join Miss Renee at Renee's Garden in this challenge. It's called hashtag Spice Train Challenge. Come on in. I'm passing this one to you. Okay, so that's Angela's Busy Bees. Hello, Angela. Let's see what spice you're gonna make from your garden. I think you probably already know how to do this. This was my very first time. Okay, I have another jar here. I think I'm gonna pass this one to Vin life. Okay? I'm passing this one to Vin. Tell me what you can do with that. Okay? And I'm actually going to ask Camera Lady to link your channel in the description box of my of this video. Okay? All right. So this is for Ben. There you go. Thank you. And I have one more. I think this one is going to go to I'm just really stuck. I think I will pass this one to Lady Cheryl. Okay? Lady Cheryl, I know you are a regular visitor to my channel and I am to yours, but I'm going to ask you to take your grand into the kitchen and I'm going to ask you to allow them to make a spice for you. Okay? Hashtag Spice Train Challenge. And this one is for Lady Cheryl and her grand angels. I like to see them do something. Let me see what they do with whatever choice they make. But they have to create a spice. How you like that? I'm having a good time with this because it was making me nervous at first. Like, what am I going to do? I got that. Okay, so I tagged Lady Cheryl and her grand angels. That's not the name of her channel, Lady Cheryl. And I tagged Angela's Busy Bees. And I tagged Vin. I think it's called Vin Life. Vin Life. But I'm going to link their channels. Ask Camera Lady to do that for me. Okay? And I'm asking her also, of course, where this all begins, is to link that video for which Renee's Garden announced this challenge. Okay? All right. God bless you. Thank you for hanging out with Mama J and Mama J's Country Gardening. And I'm looking forward to seeing you real soon. Not sure yet what that's going to be about, but who knows? God bless you. I'm going to have this fish. And maybe I'll get a chance to take a picture and put it on this video. Okay. God bless you. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with me.